sentencing day for a former private school director. Will he spend any time behind bars? Combating interpersonal violence, why bystanders are encouraged to face the issue. And mining for approval, who's getting some backing from a Saskatchewan organization.
This is CTV News with Chantel Saunders.
Good evening and welcome to an abbreviated edition of CTV News. A former director of a private Christian school was sentenced today. The judge releasing the decision this afternoon. We will have that coming up in just a few minutes. But first, a woman from rural Saskatchewan is sharing her distressing experience while delivering a baby. She went to the Swift Current Hospital, but because of a staffing issue, she couldn't have her child there. Wayne Mantika now on the scramble to find her appropriate care.
Available bed there.
Tyra Cornelson says she was pre-registered for a high-risk delivery at the Swift Current Hospital. In July, she arrived in labor on her due date and was told that a staffing issue would prevent her delivery at the hospital.
They knew my due date. They knew I was coming. So yeah, the pre-admission was done. So yeah, we show up in labor and they assess us, make sure I'm actually in labor. And after that, they tell us that there was a labor disruption and they can't deliver our baby.
Staff scrambled to find another hospital and an ambulance to get her there.
So they tried for Moose Jaw, and they eventually found a bed in Moose Jaw that would take us. And once they did, then they had to look for an ambulance that would take us there. And Swift Current didn't have any ambulances. They had to find one somewhere else.
The whole ordeal took about 4 hours. Tyra says she would have gone elsewhere to begin with had she known. The NDP say Saskatchewan hospital policy must change.
SHA is not to publicize obstetrical disruptions. So it's very frustrating when you hear a story like this.
The health minister says the situation was not ideal.
This summer, unfortunately, we had a less than 24-hour disruption when it came to anesthesia at the Cypress Regional Hospital, Mr. Speaker.
The baby was born 1 hour after the ambulance arrived in Moose Jaw. The government has initiated a discussion with the family. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
The province is hoping to curb interpersonal violence. It launched a new phase of a campaign today, and as Jacob Carr reports, it's urging the public to face the issue.
Hi. Yeah, no, I know. Please don't yell. I've been in a meeting.
The big screen showed the debut of a short film focusing on the role of bystanders to recognize and respond to interpersonal violence and abuse.
It's so important for people to realize that just something as simple as saying, I noticed what's going on, I care about you, I'm here for you, do you want to talk? That is so important, and that can change the trajectory of what happens next.
Saskatchewan Justice Minister and Attorney General Tim MacLeod talked about the importance of funding organizations such as Paths that are geared towards both helping prevent interpersonal violence and helping those affected.
We've got over $32 million being invested by our provincial government into this space, taking the issue of interpersonal violence incredibly seriously. In addition to funding our community partners and the supports that are offered in the community, the education and the awareness piece, we've also taken legislative changes.
Those legislative changes, according to MacLeod, include Clare's Law, which the provincial government enacted in 2020, and the recently passed cyber-stalking course of control legislation. The government and Paths agree that the goal of the Face the Issue campaign is to first educate and, if possible, prevent interpersonal violence from escalating, but there are supports in place for people experiencing IPV.
So our member agencies at Paths do the really important frontline work. They operate emergency and second stage shelters and have counseling and outreach programs. And all of that is necessary after someone has experienced IPV.
You know, look, I know it's not exactly my business, but you don't have to deal with this alone.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
A ninth person has been charged in connection to the death of a man last year. The remains of Tim Tatusis were found the evening of December 18th, 2024, when police were executing a search warrant at a home in the 1700 block of 22nd Street West. Today, members of the Saskatoon Police Services Warrant Enforcement Unit arrested a 26-year-old woman. She has been charged with first-degree murder, offering an indignity to human remains, and unlawful confinement. She is expected to make her first court appearance tomorrow morning. A second man charged in connection with the death of a 31-year-old man made his first court appearance today. 39-year-old David Glenn McKenzie is charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, assault, and 7 other charges in the death of 31-year-old Chad Romanski. Romanski was reported missing in May, and his remains were found near Highway 7 west of Saskatoon in June. McKenzie appeared by telephone and is ordered not to contact a list of 14 people, one of whom is his wife. Yesterday, 30-year-old Gage Ulmer Bustler was also charged with first-degree murder in relation to Romanski's death. Well, Jeff, today was rather mushy out there.
Mushy, right? but pleasant. At least at the start of the day, it was like, oh man, this is it's nice to go for a walk. Not stinging cold in your face. Could have hung around with Santa Claus much easier tonight, But today, but what we've got is just a brief break. The colder Arctic air is coming in right in behind this system, Chantel. This low, I'll say weak clipper is moving out of the area, brought with 2 to 4 centimeters of snow to some locations, not much down south, but high pressure air is moving in behind it and ushering in some cold Arctic air, and it's going to be sticking around, but that doesn't mean we're not done with the snow, because there's snow in the forecast. We'll talk about that later on.
The Regina Police Service has a new chief. It comes 8 months after its former leader was placed on leave and then terminated. And as Donovan Mace tells us, the new hire is an historic one.
The Regina Police Service has a new commander.
The Board of Police Commissioners is pleased to announce the new permanent Chief of Police for the Regina Police Service, Laura Lee Davies.
Davies assumes the role with nearly 30 years of experience within the service.
I'm here for you. You have my commitment to continue our focus on member wellness, fostering inclusivity and belonging.
As the 16th chief in Regina Police history, she is the first woman to have the title and the first woman to be appointed chief of a Saskatchewan police force, according to the city.
I hope for young girls and young women out there that they see that there's many opportunities in non-traditional roles, and I'm certainly hoping that some of them put their applications in here.
Davies has held the role as acting chief for the past 8 months, as former Chief Farouk Sheikh was investigated by the Public Complaints Commission and eventually terminated after the PCC found evidence of dishonorable conduct. Davies and the city feel she is the right person for the job to lead the service as it turns a new page.
Uncertainty sometimes can erode public trust. I hope for the community that, they trust us and they know that we can move forward in a good direction.
That is priority number 1 for the commission, for the city, and again, I am a firm belief that Chief Davies has the qualities to make sure that we're on that path.
Davies credits her readiness to take on this new challenge to her former mentor and friend.
He's here today. Former Chief Evan Bray is a huge mentor of mine.
Former Chief Bray says he realized quickly Davies has what it takes to be chief.
People in the organization need to feel like they're valued by a chief, need to feel like the chief understands their challenges. This service is behind Laura Lee Davies as chief. And I have all the confidence in the world.
Davies will be officially sworn in as Chief of Police in the early new year. Donovan Mace, CTV News, Regina.
And a quick reminder, the deadline to nominate someone for the Citizen of the Year Award is tomorrow. If you haven't had a chance to submit your nomination, you want to act quickly, the deadline to submit your nomination is tomorrow afternoon. And we will announce this year's recipient on December 31st. Still to come, the Riders and whether they are re-signing a key player. Also, a Saskatchewan mining project gets the nod from a major organization. Now back to one of our top stories. For the first time tonight, we are hearing from the former director of a private Christian school embroiled in abuse accusations. The former staffer says while he admits to hitting students, he didn't make the rules. Laura Woodward has the story.
The volleyball incident happened. in October of 2003.
The former director of a Saskatoon private Christian school admits he used a paddle to hit 5 members of the school's volleyball team. The 65-year-old worked as the director of Christian Center Academy, rebranded as Legacy Christian Academy and now known as Valor Academy. John Olababokin says he received a 200-page manual on child training and was ordered by his boss to paddle students.
I accept responsibility for my actions, but I didn't make the rules, and I was told what to do.
Olababokin pleaded guilty to 5 counts of assault with a weapon. He's already serving an 18-month sentence for a separate set of assault convictions. The new sentence will run concurrently, plus an additional 5 months.
Just happy to have the courts acknowledge that this was wrong and it was a criminal act. I think that is just really powerful for anyone who has been in the same situation or attended, the school.
Olababokin's lawyer says he's considering appealing the decision.
The imposition of a conditional sentence may be overly harsh.
The defense has 30 days to file a notice of appeal. Laura Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
A uranium mine in northern Saskatchewan is one step closer to construction after years of discussions. Keenan Sorokon has more on a deal that is vital to get the project to become a reality.
Everyone was in a celebratory mood Thursday with Métis Nation Saskatchewan officially signing off on Denison Mine's plans to build its Wheeler River uranium mine in the Athabasca Basin in northern Saskatchewan.
It's a big thing, and so we keep promoting economic development and education, but at the same time educating our people on the ground to be able to capitalize on opportunities that are available to them.
Our project is in the Métis homeland, and having this consent and support is significant for our ability to advance the project.
The Wheeler River project is the largest undeveloped mine in the region. Discussions over this impact benefit agreement began 6 years ago to find common ground, which wasn't easy at first.
It is a day that shows the strength of one voice, a voice that speaks for our people, our rights, and our future.
Located 35 kilometers southeast of Cameco's MacArthur River mine, Denison is hoping to capitalize on the existing infrastructure in the area to launch its operations. And now that goal is one step closer to reality.
When we use the word partnership and collaboration, those are simplifying words, because the backing behind these agreements, these are deep agreements that have considered the input and the importance of many different elements.
Denison received environmental approvals from the province in July. After striking this deal, the next and perhaps most important hurdle for the project is the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission, who is set to hold public hearings in Saskatoon next week.
We're players now. We're being listened to, and we got to trust each other, and we do.
Once those hearings wrap up, the commission will take some time to come to its decision. If it approves, construction could begin as soon as March of next year. Keenan Sorokon, CTV News, Saskatoon.
The Saskatchewan NDP says the government's management of SaskPower's finances will leave families with higher power bills. A new report shows SaskPower is heading toward a loss of $166 million this year instead of the surplus projected in the spring budget. The NDP says the government is trying to add another $800 million in spending, while the minister in charge did not attend a committee meeting to explain.
What we're seeing here is a historic failure to manage our money and a desperate government cover-up. This is $1 billion of public money, and it can only come from one place. That's the taxpayer. People are going to be paying for this for years to come.
Mr. Speaker, time and time again, quote and quote again, the members opposite advocate for that carbon tax to be on the power bills of Saskatchewan families. We have removed it, which it continues to ensure Saskatchewan has some of the lowest utility rates in the nation of Canada.
The government has not provided details on how the projected loss or the extra spending proposal might affect future power rates. The Riders have announced their Grey Cup winning quarterback is returning.
Harris, end zone! Touchdown!
The team says Harris has signed a one-year extension. Harris helped the Riders to the franchise's 5th Grey Cup, the 3rd for Harris. Harris and rookie Braden Shager are the only Rider quarterbacks under contract for the 2026 season. Jake Mayer, Tommy Stevens, and Jack Cohn are set to become free agents in February. Coming up, Jeff returns for a look at the frosty forecast, and a pistachio recall expands to Saskatchewan.
All right, quick look through the live lens of Skycam. As you can see, it's still beautiful out there. And you know what? The temperatures are actually beautiful too. That is going to change unless, of course, you really love cold temperatures, and some people do. But let's take a look at our satellite and radar shot here. And we'll point out that, yes, the East Coast is still working with dealing with that nasty nor'easter. But for us, this little bit of snow is coming through. Cold Arctic air moving in behind it. And yeah, and temperatures are really going to drop. So let's take a look at our numbers. -4 degrees in Saskatoon right now, -7 in Prince Albert, and -3 in the Battlefords. Moderate winds right now out of the north. As we take a look at our almanac for Saskatoon, 1 degree. That was at 7 in the morning. Mid-afternoon, we were around -2 degrees, but -7 is typical for this time of year with a cold temperature that's on average of around -17. 11, the record warm temperature at 1939, and the record cold temperature on this date from 1994, that's -32 degrees, and the sun went down at 4:56. On to our hot spot. That was Maple Creek at 3 degrees. Collins Bay, the cold spot, at -2. Around the province we go. Our larger communities at -3 degrees in Lloydminster, -1 in Swift Current, 1 on the plus side in Estevan, -2 in Regina, -6 in Yorkton. Into central parts of the province, temperatures ranging from -10 in Hudson Bay up to -1 in Kindersley, so a 9-degree range there. But it's -9 in Waskesiu, -4 in Watrous, -7 in Meadow Lake, and -6 in Wynyard. Up north, some crisp temperatures there, -18 right now in Collins Bay, -17 in Stony Rapids. Make our way southward, it does warm up to -11 in Buffalo Narrows and La Ronge. And down south, well, we've got ourselves temperatures on the plus side in some locations. Down in the southwest, it's 2 degrees right now in Maple Creek, 0 in Assiniboia, 1 in Carlisle, -4 in Broadview, -6 in Melville, and -2 in Outlook. And into our next page of the Futurecast, the computer modeling indicating that, yeah, the system moves out into the Dakotas and Montana, and then there's a little bit of a skiff of snow that comes in behind it. But more importantly, we've got ourselves some cold Arctic air moving in, and the winds are going to be strong overnight, backing off tomorrow afternoon. -16 for La Ronge, -21 for Stony Rapids and Key Lake on Friday, -17 for Buffalo Narrows. A little warmer than that, but just a little bit in Meadow Lake at -15 on Friday, -16 in Spiritwood, -10 in Kindersley, and -9 in Rosetown, -9 as well in Outlook, -3 for Maple Creek and Swift Current, with a chance of flurries in Maple Creek, and a little cooler, but it's still a chance of flurries in Leader with a high of -6. -6 as well for Moose Jaw and Estevan under cloudy skies. Cloudy in Regina, -8 on Friday, -11 for Yorkton, -11 as well for Watrous and Hudson Bay, -12 for Melfort, and -13 for Humboldt. For the Battlefords, dropping down to -15 overnight, mainly cloudy skies, and -14 tomorrow, so not much of a change there. -19 on Saturday, and staying cold right through to next week. -10 is as warm as it gets, and that is on Monday. For Prince Albert and area, dropping down to -14, -13 on Friday, -21 on Saturday, but yeah, it's mainly sunny. And then a chance of flurries on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, especially on Tuesday, and then -19 for a high on a Wednesday, 1 week from today, -17. And finally for Saskatoon, periods of light snow tonight, -14 degrees, winds out of the north at 10. The wind will pick up. We might have wind gusts in the morning of around 40 kilometers an hour, but by the time we get to noon hour, those winds should start to back off, and especially into the afternoon. -12 tomorrow for a daytime high, so about 5 degrees below seasonal. -21 on Saturday, -13 with a chance of flurries on Sunday. Monday, -10 to start the work week, and staying colder than seasonal right into the meat of next week. Wednesday and Thursday, both at -16. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Time to take a look at our rural forecast. And as you can see, over towards Hudson Bay, looking kind of cold. And I'll get out of the way and reveal these other temperatures. Yeah, it's still cold in Lloydminster, -14. -9 is as warm as it gets on this part of our map. That's in Kindersley and Outlook on Friday. But as we make our way down south, what do we see? Yeah, we see flurries down towards the southwestern part of the province. Temperatures relatively mild in many parts of the Southland. And you can see -9 for Rosetown. That's not so bad. -8 in Lumsden and Pilot Butte and Broadview, -11 in Kenora, but -7 in Carlisle. So all in all, some not bad temperatures in that respect. But let's take a look at Borden, a closer look there. -15 degrees on Friday with cloudy skies. The winds will be a little breezy in the morning, but they will back off in the afternoon. And Borden is one of those places where internet plans of up to 1 gig are available from Sasktel.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says recalled pistachio products due to a possible salmonella contamination were also sold in Saskatchewan. 6 affected products were sold under the brands Carol's Cheesecake Company and Desilicious. The pistachios and pistachio-containing products were originally recalled on November 28th, with the CFIA advising anyone who has become sick from eating a recalled product to contact their healthcare provider. It has also taken the step to temporarily ban the import of pistachios and those products containing them from Iran. You can find more information on the recalled products on our website. The cost of putting food on your table will go up next year. The latest food price report, produced by several Canadian universities, is projecting an average family of 4 will pay nearly $1,000 more for food in 2026 compared to this year. The increase making for an estimated total bill of more than $17,500. This comes from a projected 4.6% inflation rate next year.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
Well, if you spent a bit more this year on Black Friday, you are not alone. A report from Moneris shows Saskatchewan residents spent 1% more than last year on Black Friday. Transaction data shows in Saskatchewan, total spending week over week climbed 36% on Black Friday. The total number of transactions grew 5%, and the average size of each transaction was 29% higher week over week. A survey collecting consumer plans this holiday season shows 3 in 10 residents in our province plan to spend less this year than last holiday season, while 6% plan to spend more. I know you're going to spend more. You're so giving.
On you.
On me specifically, yes.
That's exactly.
For all the rest of the days of the year, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's a year-long celebration of Chantel.
Thanks for watching.